Okay, and welcome back to the Crazy Old Black Man series, where I'm just putting out some thoughts. So I was thinking about this morning right before my workout. You know, like you wake up early in the morning. I finished my workout like 45 minutes ago. Actually, 50 to be exact. Been cooling down. I've been working out hard. But you know, you wake up, you take your workout supplements to give you the energy to get through your workout and everything. And you just, you're waiting around, looking at some YouTube, checking your emails. And I had this thought, because you always see these police encounter videos, First Amendment auditors and shit. And then you see how, the police will do something just plain effed up. So when they sue, the cop, even if they don't get qualified immunity, the city, municipality, county, whoever has to pay for it. Is that fair for the taxpayers? Is any of this crap fair? So I was thinking about this, and I'm like, so wait a minute. A doctor has to have malpractice insurance. A lawyer has to have malpractice insurance. A hairdresser has to have malpractice insurance. When you get pulled over by a cop, what do they ask you for? License, registration, and insurance. You have a house. You have to have insurance. I own a business. I have to have insurance in case someone slips and falls. But cops don't have to have insurance. They're running around with guns and they don't have to have insurance. They fuck up. I've been trying to not say those words, but hey, you know what? They fuck up. They can get to say, I didn't understand the law, and I get qualified immunity. If you don't understand the law, you go to jail. Ignorance of the law is no excuse unless you're a cop. Why not they just have insurance? And if they're ignorant in the law, then someone gets paid? Like for a lawyer, for a doctor, for a hairdresser. You hit someone with your car, someone slips and falls on your property, just like everybody else. See, here's the thing. First of all, the interaction between law enforcement and the public has gotten so acrimonious for multiple reasons, including the fact that we got phones and everything now, and you can film them. That stuff's always happening. It's the unions, in my opinion, who I blame. But see, here's the thing. If you require the police to have malpractice insurance, then their actions will become better and they will educate themselves and things come good. I truly believe that the vast majority, 95 to 98% of cops, are good, hardworking people. I believe that. And it's this little sliver who destroy the credibility of the other 95 to 98. I said 95 to 98 because somebody may do something, but, they learn from their mistakes. I said 95 is because here's the statistic I once read. It could be wrong. 95% of all law enforcement officers will go their entire career all the way to retirement and never pull their gun out of their holster on someone. How can that happen? You got other people who are always pulling their guns out, who have multiple complaints against them, who you just run across all these, they're like psychopaths. Because they're psychopaths. And I want to make sure you get this. You look this up yourself. Do not rely on me. Ithaca, New York. Got a young mayor. And he, before coming into office, he read this report about police. And he said that there are psychological signs of psychopaths in uniform, basically. And you know, and he went like, and they can determine this. A psychologist can actually interview a cop and say this person is a psycho. In other words, the ones who are costing your city money. So when he came into office, he made every police officer go through this psychological exam. And they got rid of all the officers who failed. Police complaints dropped down to nothing. The interaction between the police and the public was more positive. Crime went down. So a lot of times, you know, if you ever look at these superhero movies and comics and all this stuff, sometimes they're creating the enemies. They're creating the bad guys. And these bad police create the bad guys. So crime went down. The public had greater trust, and they loved their police. What does insurance have to do with this? Well, if 95, 98% are good, we're going to first start at the 95. Okay, so we now require them to get indemnification, aka insurance, not from the city anymore. No longer from the city. Individual. And you mandate that the unions cannot write into a contract that a city has to indemnify a police officer or a county, a sheriff, deputy, whatever, you know, the jurisdiction. Okay, if you really think about it, if you're not going to have to pay out any claims, the insurance is going to be low. That's why you don't ever hear a hairdresser complain about insurance. In reality, you don't hear doctors complain about malpractice. You know why? Most of them never get a malpractice suit. It's the ones who get malpractice suits who pay out their ass. So if I take a cop who is in that 95% and I make them get malpractice insurance, it'll be low. I mean, like really low, because they know they don't have to pay out. But you got, remember that I said 95, 98, that 3% who are on the bubble. The insurance company's going to go like, you got a risk for me, so I got to charge you more. So we're going to just come up with numbers right now. A regular cop, 95%, is going to pay $500 a year, we'll just say. That guy on the bubble is going to pay maybe $5,000. That risky cop that shot 3 people, that the union was able to keep on the job, they got to pay $50,000. Ooh. You see, what's going to really happen, you see that 3% got to pay $5,000, they're going to look at that $50,000 from that 2%, they're going to go like, I don't want that. They spouses. Right now, I'm going to call them wives, because most cops are men. I'm going to go like, we ain't doing that. And they're going to become better, and they're going to go into the 95%, and they'll pay less. Because they don't want to pay that 50. And some of those 50s, no, actually, most of them, they're not going to go down to the 5s or the 500s. Those are the psychopaths. They are going to get out of law enforcement. They're going to go do something else. And because it's going to be nationwide, they can't just go to another department. They're still going to pay $50,000 a year. It's not like you quit in lieu of termination and then go to the next county over. No. That's the number one way. It will just solve all of our issues. And, you know, it's like the stupid shit I see. Can I have your ID? I need to identify you because I made contact with you. And then it explodes. Then 10 cops show up. Wait a minute. What about this woman being assaulted over here because you weren't over there? You're over here because I need to see your ID. That stuff stops. Because it's the 3 and the 2% who are doing this crap. You see it because they don't put enough good cop videos out there. Because it's easier to put the bad cop videos out there. They need to be out there. Because these 3s need to be turned back into the 95s so it becomes the 98. And those 2s need to not be in law enforcement anymore. You see, in the military, we didn't have unions. We don't have unions. Did you know it is illegal for the military to have a union? Did you know that? For those of you who are not, and you ever realize why? It's considered treason because I don't know why they consider it treason. I ain't gonna lie about that. But it's considered treason to for the military to unionize. Wow. Think deep inside yourself right now. Who do you trust more, the military or the police? I can tell you right now, our 2%, those shitheads, those psychopaths, we get rid of and put in jail. We have our own jail. You ever heard of Fort Leavenworth? That's not the only one. There are other jails. That's just one that's famous. You got brigs all over the country. Why isn't there a cop jail? You know why? Because their unions protect them. That's where I'm going to kind of end it today. So yesterday I talked about committing crimes. Now I'm talking about solving some crimes. Get on out there. And I hope you guys enjoy this today. Enjoy your day. And really think about it. We need a real national discussion because we need good law enforcement officers out there. It's kind of like politics. Reason good people don't enter politics anymore is because of the shit you see. Okay? That's why we don't have good people in politics. It doesn't matter if there's a D or an R behind their name. There aren't that many good people out. There are some, but not many. Okay? See y'all later. I don't know if my assistant's gonna like mix in some stuff with some cops demanding ideas.